For Daniel Farke, for me, one selection dilemma this weekend against Bristol City. Do you restore Moritz Leitner to the 11, probably in place of Kenny McLean, from the guys who so emphatically won at Bolton 4-0 last weekend? I think ultimately he probably will go down that route, simply because Leitner is such an important player, was so crucial in that pre-festive run, and got a little taste of it again on Saturday, didn't he, at Bolton, with a returning cameo late on. Which would be harsh on Kenny McLean, but I think ultimately in this type of game, where Bristol are also very assured in possession, I think Norwich do need to establish a level of dominance in that area of the pitch to be able to get Stiepermann and Pukki into the game. Other than that, as I say, Tim Close is fit again, but do not see him wanting to dislodge either Zimmerman or Ben Godfrey, such has been their assurance. Wide areas, I think those players pick themselves: Aarons, Lewis, Buendia, and Onel Hernandez, and of course Stiepermann and Pukki. Well, 27 goals, 12 assists in all competitions, speaks for itself, doesn't it? So really it's a very straightforward selection dilemma, subject to, of course, any fresh injury concerns, which we won't find out about until Friday afternoon when Daniel previews Bristol City at Colney. So all in all, same again, lads, and hopefully the same outcome. So on to Bristol City, and it's very much a case of Norwich's attack against Bristol's defence. Only Middlesbrough have conceded fewer goals on the road in the Championship, 15 to be precise, which in 15 away games tells you it's going to be very difficult for Norwich to break them down. Mainly that's centred around Thomas Callas and Adam Webster. Central defence, Marlon Pack provides plenty of cover in a 4-1-4-1 just in front of the back four. But it's really the four across midfield, the attacking pivot, where Bristol are particularly strong. You've got Andreas Weimann, Brownhill, Patterson, and for me, the danger man, Callum O'Dowd, a 23-year-old midfielder, scored in the corresponding fixture at Ashton Gate. He's got 4 in his last 13, real driving force on the left-hand side, and certainly Max Aarons will have his hands full in that department. In terms of their strengths, well, they're the form side in the division, 7 straight league wins, 1 defeat in 16 in all competitions, and which is a trait familiar to Norwich. Their last game, they came back and won against QPR in stoppage time. So it's a team who keeps going, a team who are very good in possession. They had 64% possession in that last game against QPR, last league game, sorry. So ultimately, if Norwich can establish a dominance across middle areas of the pitch, you would feel they do have enough, despite coming up against one of the best defences in the division, to make a breakthrough or two. And conversely, if there's one weakness, they don't score a lot of goals. They only scored 20 on the road in the Championship, which is one of the lowest totals in the top 10. So if Norwich can get a breakthrough, then you would fancy that they would have enough to keep Bristol at bay. But it's going to be one of the toughest assignments, I think, on the run-in.